Okay, we're live. I'm gonna wait for everyone to join. Okay, both chats are working. Starting early. I think the last little while I've been starting around this time. I can double check, but yeah, I mean, a little early. A little early. Just want to get everything set up, you know? I think we're good to go. Yep, chat's gonna show up in this this little black panel on the right. Oh, it's not capturing my mouse, is it? Yeah, it's not capturing the mouse. I'm gonna want that. Let's see if I can figure that out. There it is. Okay. You gotta adjust your schedule. I appreciate it. Should I shrink the box to actually fit the chat? Probably should, huh? Actually, no, let's go back into the game. Is that gonna work? Oh, I think I nailed that first try. That's funny. Oh, nice. Just eyeballed it. No big deal. Got me through college. Just kidding. Oh, actually, one thing I did want to do though is turn uh, global. I'm allowed to flex. I wanted to turn debug off. Oh, that's not how you do that. I've been coding too much in C lately. I keep putting semicolons and slashes everywhere. Okay, so now, yeah, now the balls will do the animation over to the dropper. I love that animation I did. It feels so good. It feels like you're kind of catching it, like you're catching the ball. What? That was a mistake. I think it's funny that I'm not actually very good at my own game. I just like it. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. There we go. All right, I'm going to wait for a couple more people to show up just so that the chat is a little more lively because I am going to record this and put it on YouTube. No pressure. Oh, you can't see the game. Dang it, why does it keep doing that? How about now? You see the game? Yes, you see the game. Okay. Oh. Wow, is it just me or is it a little laggy? No, it's fine. Yeah, I figure at least Sir Lunch-a-Lot will show up, and then I'll get this started. Darn. Oh, no. Okay, it worked out. Oh, no. So how are you doing today, Night Owl? Very tired. Got home at 1:30 a.m. Sheesh. Were you at least doing something fun? Oh, no. Nice. Oh, dang. Bats. That's awesome. You got the touch grass achievement, I'm assuming. Oh, no. No. I didn't have to go that way. For sure. Hey, that's rare. That's rare in Godot devs. Girlfriend and touch grass. You're living the life, man. Perfect. Good to hear it. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. Chain reaction. Oh my gosh. There it is. We found the dopamine. I am very lucky and still have time to be terminally online. Yeah, that is lucky. The dopamine. Oh no. Ah. Oh boy. I don't know what to do with this one. I'll go over here. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm like a bit nervous trying to do like a live recording reaction thing, even though this is like completely planned. I'm not like I'm not good on the spot, I guess. All the videos I've made up to this point, I've been able to do a million retakes. And honestly, I probably will with this one too. Yeah, I can edit it. Good point. Oh, darn it. Oh, I hate that bug. I need to figure out that bug. Actually, I think I know what the bug is. I think what it is, because it's basically, I did a thing where it'll drop the ball where your cursor is, just so that, like, if you do like one of these, well, actually, it's pretty snappy now. Did I fix the snappiness? No, see, it lags a little bit behind the mouse. You can kind of see it. The dropper lags a little behind the mouse. I wanted it to feel like kind of smooth. And so if they like go like this and click, I want it to drop where the mouse was, not where the dropper was. And so because of that, if I like click out here and there's a smaller ball after it, sometimes the smaller, like the dropper will, I don't know, it'll try to drop it closer to the mouse than to where the dropper is. But it's inconsistent. That's the weird part. Man, I was trying to show off a bug and oh, come on. Almost got the void. Dang it. They were pretty close once upon a time. Not so much anymore. Yes, exactly right. Yeah, the dropper is like moving. Yeah. And because, and it's clamped, right? Like I'm clamping it in Godot in GDScript. But because the mouse, or like because the dropper, okay, wow, I'm saying it wrong. Because the clamp is now much wider, it can go out a little bit and then catch on the edge of, yeah, you get it. No bueno. Yeah, you get it. I don't have to explain things too deeply to you. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah, true. Dev speak. Oh, I might be able to knock it over. Yep. Oh, yeah, are you not working on a team anymore? Do you have like a job or anything? Sorry, maybe you don't want to share too much, but just curious. My current project goes well, though I will have to reach out and find some teammates. Okay, nice. Oh, dang. So you're trying to do, like, while you're looking for a job, you're trying to do the indie game dev thing. I really respect that. I I wish I was bold enough to do that. I am way too risk averse. Which I'm sure that's not how you see it as someone who's looking for a job, and I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, I guess enjoy it while it lasts to some degree. Can't sit around and wait, you know? Yeah. The void ball! I did it. Any risk you take is not very risky. Drew. Must be nice to some degree. I'm sure it's not nice for you right now, but you know. It's all a matter of perception, right? Oh yeah, you got a lot going on. Yeah, shout out to Night Owl. I can tell you're a winner. What? Those are touching. BS game. Who made this? Okay. Is it gonna work? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it looked a lot closer on stream even. Man, where's my boy Sir Lunch a lot? He's usually here by now, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I did join a little too early. He would be so proud of me. Although he's never going to beat my high score of 49,000. Only the dev can get hacked scores like that. Yeah, that's a good point. The little buffer area. Um, but I don't know. I think I'm also just the kind of player who likes it when you can visually see, I guess, like that they're colliding. I was kind of joking that it was BS, right? Like on my screen, I could actually see a little gap. I'm sure you couldn't see it on stream because it's a little bit smaller. Um, so I was joking a little bit, just messing around. Okay, come on, come on. Yeah. I'm kind of in danger though. This green ball is. Oh, you saw the gap. Okay. It was unfair. Ooh. Yes. Please. Oh, that was not good. Is it over for me? No way I balanced that. That's awesome. That, that is awesome. No way. I kind of want to knock it off. I think I'm just gonna knock it off. That was fun though. Nice. The game, you know, the designer in me just wanted to know if it was a bug or if it would actually fall off. Turns out it wasn't a bug. I just balanced it perfectly on top. Maybe I need to make a little bit slipperier physics on the box or on the ball, one of the two. I think it's a little too, like, let's see what this does. No, that friction's fine. But I guess it is a different material up here on the lip. Maybe the lip has the wrong material. Maybe I should get something done while I'm waiting. Let's see, what's on my to-do list? What is on the to-do list? Oh, I did that already. Change the form to be able to... Oh yeah, I need to do that at some point. I did these. Yeah, no worries. Some emojis. Hey, you're here. I was waiting for you. I was just talking to Night Owl. I was saying that because I just played a round of the game. In fact, I gotta pull it up. Just got off work. Nice. He hath arrived. One sec. I want to show you this. It was hilarious. Bring this over. Okay. I got like right near the top. Okay, there it is. So I was playing around and I got near the end, made some bad plays. Then watch this. I balanced it up top. And I was like, no way. And so I decided that I was just going to knock it off. I wanted to see if it was like bugged, like if it was stuck there or something. And then I decided to knock it off. I think it was just balanced right there. Pretty crazy. Anyway. So that's what you missed. Oh, also I was showing off my score that you're never going to beat. Because I got this during a bug. When the game was bugged. I don't think anyone will ever beat this. 49,000. All right. Well, let's get started. I'm gonna start a new game. Well, actually, should I do an intro? I'll just do an intro when I put the video together. But yep, I cheated. 100%. So yeah, anyway, I had this hilarious idea for a video, or at least I think it's funny, called Addressing the Controversy. Just a way to get Pirate Software into my thumbnail again. Because I don't want to be a drama channel. And I want to go over the comments. I think they were great. I thought the comments were amazing. And so yeah, we're going to go over them in kind of a fun way. I put the comments, hang on, I'm going to get rid of the FPS. I put the comments in my game. And I've also put the chat in my game. And so I thought this was a funny idea because I made a game, I released it. It's a buck on Steam, right? And you know, part of the controversy I want to address is that people are like, "Oh, so you're like trashing on Pirate Software, but you made this crappy little game." I'm proud of this game. It is very simple, but it's very fun. I built everything from scratch. I mean, in Godot, not like, you know, I wasn't create new C++ file or anything, but like, you know, created it from scratch, did all the art, did all the sound. I'm still working on the music. But anyway, this is the first comment. More important than any drama, congrats on releasing your game, homie. I really appreciate that, Natalie Cameron. And yeah, I mean, I think it's somewhat difficult to get a game over the finish line, and I did that, and so I am proud. But yeah, let's get through some of these comments. I did not hold back. I got some of the comments that are kind of mean. And so let's get to the first one. I need to adjust the overlay. Oh, you're right. There we go. On YouTube, it wasn't correct, but on the other one, in my recording, it'll be fine. All right. So anyway, you just played a bunch of other people's videos. Yeah, you know what? you're kind of right. Like it was a compilation of clips for sure. I think I think that's fine personally. Like there's a million clip channels out there. Like I got most of the clips from like other clip channels. It's fine. But yeah, I could have probably done a little bit better. I had my own content. Um yeah, I think this is a fair criticism of my video. So I really appreciate you saying something, Destroyo. Let's go to the next one. All right, all right. I included this comment. This guy said, "Dude, that Blizzard montage to the music was hilarious. Thanks for that. I cannot take credit for that, and I didn't. I put the credit in the YouTube description. Someone else made that clip, but it was so funny. I had to include it. I had to include it, and I saw it in multiple other people's videos too. Just putting that out there. All right, this is a little bit longer one. Let's read it. I definitely think the message is good to just try and do something, but the problem is that this guy who has work experience in telling people, this guy being Thor, or actually a lot of the comments told me stop calling him a Thor, call him Jason, so maybe Jason, has work experience in telling people how to not be manipulated, almost manipulated political decision making on a grassroots project that came out of someone's own pocket and years of gripes with the industry for what seems to be no benefit. It far out overshadows anything in good messaging. By the way, Minecraft has an auth system for logging, in which, while it would only inconvenience players if it was taken offline, the only reason it's like this is because there is an option to not care for the auth system, and without it, skins would not have worked for several versions of Minecraft. It is a relative minor effect, of course, but that shows that it maybe should not have been in the game in the first place. So, yeah, I know, total tangent into Minecraft. This guy, Chad of Tunes, was going through something. That was a total trend in my comments. Was people really hate pirate software. I honestly don't think I knew how much people hated him before my video. I was definitely hopping on a trend and kind of wanted to take some of the heat off of him. I don't think it worked. But yeah, the Minecraft thing, because I specifically wait, is his name not Thor? His name is Jason. Yeah, Thor is his middle name. And so when like his streaming persona uses Thor, because obviously it sounds quite a bit cooler. But yeah, the Minecraft thing, I specifically mentioned Minecraft in my video, which is why I think this is a relevant comment. Because yeah, the Minecraft auth system, like yeah, that would probably be tough to port to like an end of life scenario, right? And so that's why Stop Killing Games is potentially somewhat difficult to pull off. So anyway, I really appreciate the comment, Chat of Tunes. All right, next one. Fartbound. So this was a mistake I made, and here I included the screenshot of my thumbnail. I placed his head covering the bottom tick of the E, and so it looks like it says Fartbound in the background. And so I got a lot of comments like this that were just Fartbound. And so it was a mistake, but you know, it's a funny mistake, so I own it for sure. Oh yeah. This dude posted at least 5 times, like 5 comments saying the exact same thing. This guy was like, if you if you make more videos about pirate software, I will subscribe and stuff like that. And like, I see a video trashing on pirate software, I click, stuff like that. This dude really hates him. So anyway, I had to include that one. I thought it was so funny. Congratulations on finishing your game. If only Jason would finish his. Yeah, that's the whole point of the video. I wanted to say that I really appreciate what he did for me, right? Getting me to make my game. But he really let me down by not following through, not taking his own advice, right? That was the point of the video. I think a lot of people got it, right? A lot of the comments, they appear to have understood what the purpose of the video was, what my thesis was. But yeah, some people I think maybe were a little bit blinded by hatred and did not get it. So I'm glad that Seth B6M got it. Thanks for the comment. Oh, this one was hilarious to me. Almost wanted to block the video because I always get bot videos with low subscriber channels, but darn, this is great content. And I said, I know it sucks because I'm the same way, and now I'm one of those small channels. So anyway, I guess I've like learned I gotta give people a shot because now I'm one of those small channels. Anyway, I thought it was a funny comment. Similar vein, algorithm hard at work giving me your content of all things. Excellent video production quality and congratulations on releasing your game. Out of all the videos I've watched on Pirate Software post-controversy, very few have actually given the time to showcase the positives and impact he's made besides a few lines of he beat the algorithm and got really popular. Great video. I really appreciate the comment. I did put a lot of effort into the editing, and I've gotten a lot of compliments from people I know that said that I did a good job with the editing, that it was a good video essay, and that means the world to me because I put a lot of effort into it, had a vision for the video, and I think it turned out really good. One thing that's kind of funny about this, real quick, I'm just going to turn down the pop sounds real quick. One thing that's really funny about this comment to me is that, so I've got a few siblings, and two of them in high school were like top tier video people. They were editing and performing and doing all sorts of stuff. And yet somehow I'm the one who released a YouTube video and like did all the editing and all of that. And anyway, I just thought that was funny. Maybe that doesn't matter to anyone, but yeah. Don't compare yourself. I'm just gonna move on. We're gonna skip the advice. That's what mainly struck me about the video as well. I was only slightly interested in the topic, but really excited by the production value. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I thought I did a pretty good job. And luckily, people and the algorithm agree. So I really appreciate it. Oh, this is the best. Fake Mojo. Mojo Rising TV. We can always use a little more mojo. Did you mention that the amazing game developer Thor worked at Blizzard for 7 years? Wow, did he work at Blizzard? I feel like if he did, he should mention it more. That's really impressive. Good stuff. I don't like Jason's advice. If you really want to make games, you should focus on your skills. You should make your projects be working on games, sure, but you should absolutely focus on the skills. That's how you grow. Whether it be working on art, animation, voice acting, programming, game design, whatever you need to develop those skills, not just try to apply skills you don't have. Like if you want to run a marathon, you don't just start by running a marathon. That's really hard and you're probably not conditioned for it and it'll discourage you. You start by setting much more reasonable goals and working your way up. Totally agree. Great take. This is exactly why my first game is just a small ball combination clone. I intend to get much better, but I've really enjoyed the journey. Speaks for itself. I think that's a great comment. I think that, and I even mentioned this in the video, that Pirate Software makes game development more approachable. And in so doing, made it seem somewhat easy, which I don't think is true. I don't think that game development is easy. Making something like this, like my game, was kind of easy, but I'm not like I'm not making my dream game here. This is a game that I like to play, like on my phone, like with friends, like try to compare scores, stuff like that. This is not, yeah, this is not my dream game by any means. My dream game, which I will be making on this channel at some point in the future, is going to be an RPG. And that's going to take me years to make. That is very difficult. And so, yeah, fair warning. I think that I think the fair warning is kind of absent in Pirate Software's stuff. He talks about the approachableness of video game development today, and that if you're creative enough, you can do whatever you want with low level of skill. But yeah, I mean, you gotta have some talent, you gotta have some skill, and you gotta certainly have dedication. And I definitely learned that when releasing my first game. All right, let's see what you say. I really like the make small games push just because it's a good tool to teach yourself the skills required, but I agree that no, making games is not an easy thing. Yep, couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on. I haven't watched your video yet, but just the fact that you actually finished your game already puts you in a position to talk about pirate slopware. Edit, watch the video, and I love your game concept. You have a buyer. Congrats for the release. Thanks, Dr. Cosmobite. I really appreciate it. I hope you like the game. All right. He deleted all his live streams just recently and doesn't seem to stream. Yeah. What a roast. Yeah, to pirate slopware. Brutal. Yeah, so he deleted all of the stuff, and I was so lucky because I released the video after he deleted all of his streams and stuff, right? But luckily I started the video long before that, and so I had all the clips just saved on my computer. I was kind of lucky there. Oh baby. All right. Seems like a fair video. TBH, I like the way you summarized it. Keep it up, man. Again, I really appreciate this. I'm glad that people are appreciating what I did, because I thought I did a good job. All right, this is this was a funny one. It's a little what do they call this? I don't know what they call this, but like build you up before breaking you down. I don't know. Nice advertisement for your game, bro. Hope it gets more views. Terrible takes, by the way. I think he was saying that that the video was just, a grift, right? Kind of true. That's kind of true, but not really. You left out the part in the Ashes clip where someone shows him the clip where he's the one that pulls the bad mob after he blamed everyone else, and he claims the wipe still wasn't his fault, despite blaming the wipe on whoever pulled the mob right before that. Sure. Like I said here, that sounds juicy. I just tried to keep every point short. Didn't want the video to be too long. Also, it's hard to find clips, especially now that he's deleted all his old streams and videos. Glad I got the clips when I did. All right. Congratulations on finishing your game. Do you have any ideas for the next one? That's going to be my next video. Stay tuned. And sure enough, the next video, I put it right here. I'm making a new game, and I've done a lot of the development here on stream. So go check it out. All right, let's see what Sir Lancelot says. And you're by no means one of those clickbait guys with all the he's done and he's done for real. And of course, the pirate lost everything. Yeah. Those are hilarious. Actually, I kind of want to pull it up. We're going to pull it up. One sec. Because I think these are so funny. It got worse. He's mad. More lies. Insane update. It's over. He's over. It's over. He's done. He's done. I love it. I think it's hilarious. And clearly I watched a few of those. But yeah, new game coming out. Oh, actually, I do want to clarify something because I've been telling people on my stream that we only want we want this to be done in a month or so. I love the sequence of showing an anti-grift comment into advertising the next game. Yes. Yes. It's a grift. It's all a grift. I just want people to buy my games. So anyway, this was a game jam game. We're making it, but I did say I said on stream a few times that we're planning on being done with it in like a month or two. I want to be clear, we're trying to do the right thing and get all of like the good marketing tactics done. So even though development might only take a month or two, we're going to like join festivals and stuff. So this probably won't release until next year. So sorry if you're waiting for like a big Steam release, but people who join my Discord and join the playtest can play it beforehand and help us out along the way. So really appreciate people who are helping out with the game. Anyway, let's move on. All right, this is a fair criticism of the video. I apologize for being somewhat mean, but it is also Thor's inspiration and motivation to clone the watermelon game without even mentioning it. Yo, I just got a sub. Debonair Webb subscribed at tier 1. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have any cool fanfare or anything. I do this for like 2 hours a day, so I don't have like a ton of cool tech on the screen. But if you type in chat, yes, if you type in chat, I'll see you. I'll talk to you. Thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate it. Number two. Actually, I got to write you down. All right. Let's get back to the comments real quick. It is also Thor's inspiration and motivation to clone the watermelon game without even mentioning it. Yeah, I don't want to like specifically mention any game that I am cloning, but I will admit that I am cloning something. This is not an original idea from me. The original aspect of the game is the art and the implementation. I have not found one of these games, these style of games, that exists on computer and on phone and doesn't have an egregious amount of ads. Because this is such a dumb game, right? Like, this is very stupid simple. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to read my comments real quick before I get into it. Don't worry about it. I know it's a clone. I don't hide that, but I put a lot of effort into learning how to make it myself. Did all the art and everything. It was fun and worthwhile to mimic others while learning something new. My next games will also be a lot like other games that already exist. We can't avoid that, but they will also be unique to me in most ways. And then he responded, hey, kudos for making anything while I never did, especially if there's some physics you had to trick to work. I just couldn't resist to be an a-hole to both Thor and you at the same time. So really appreciate Hun Bullseye for letting me have it, but also, you know, taking the high road a little bit, right? Because yeah, I mean, in the end, are games unique? Does anyone have a completely original idea anymore? When they do, it's usually pretty impressive, right? People play the game. But you know, that's probably a 1%er, 0.1%er. I'd say 99% of games are using elements from other games. That's just kind of how it goes. I mean, this is probably the case where it's a little bit more egregious. Like I was certainly copying a lot closer to another game. But at the same time, like, because I made this game, this is kind of a fun little thing, and part of why I'm doing this video is because I made this game myself, I was able to put a slideshow in it and put chat over here. Like, that's just kind of fun, right? Like, I made this project, I can do what I want with it. The best games stand on the shoulders of the ones that came before, but have their own take on it. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yep. And that's the thing too, right? Like, that's how our minds work. When a new game comes out, the way to market it is you're like, oh, it's like it's a Metroidvania, but you do this and this and this instead. You know, it's like you're explaining games by mentioning other games. That's just kind of how games work. Even when I was explaining this game, I would say, oh, it's kind of like a Physics 2048 to people who had never played the other clones, right? So, yeah, that's just how our minds work. We make associations based on other games. I mean, it would be awesome if I had the brain to come up with cool and unique concepts for things, but yeah, I'm definitely copying, and I think most people copy, and I don't think that's a bad thing because it's fun. Like, in the end, like, fun is what matters. The biggest problem with Droppy Ball is its addictive nature. I'm at 70 hours and I just can't stop. Yo, he's my #1 fan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love, and Sir Lunchalot comes in here and he tells me about well, he's, first of all, he's my first playtester. And also he comes in and tells me about like the community forum and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. All right. This is someone letting me have it. First, he screwed over his team in a hardcore MMO. But I don't really care, and WoW is cringe. He never accepts he is wrong. But being mean is the Twitch meta, is it not? So who cares? He impeded the consumer rights movement. But I don't really care about live service games, and I can't vote, so it doesn't really affect me. This is a little hard to watch. Like, I appreciate the honesty, but it comes off as these things don't matter. But it does, wasting months of people's time, making bad calls, and not taking any responsibility. It's so bad, and he does it constantly. The video isn't over yet, and I don't dislike the video. It does add perspective to have someone less critical. However, I'm flinching at some of these statements. Lamau. Yeah, you know what? He's right. The squeebliest. I like that. The squeebliest. Yeah, they're right. I mean, I was going easy on him. That's kind of just my nature. I'm not really a mean dude. And so yeah, like when these things happen, I don't like immediately just start hating on people, right? Like, if someone makes a mistake online, I'm like, yeah, that's just kind of what happens, right? Nobody's perfect. I will say, I think I went a little too light on the stop killing games stuff. I definitely didn't understand the movement as much as I probably should have going into the video. But honestly, since that, like, since the video and doing a little bit more research, I mean, I think I understand it pretty much how it is, right? Like, the movement is a good thing. I think that there should be consumer rights. I think that, like, if a game sells you a copy of their game and then is able to get rid of it in the next second, that's bad. But at the same time, the movement is a little bit lighter than that, right? Like, it's talking about end of life strategies. It's talking about just more transparency, stuff like that. It's, anyway, I don't want to dog on the stop killing games. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that I actually do think I understood it pretty well. And my thoughts on it haven't changed too much. I definitely agree with it. I definitely agree with the movement, and I agree that he did a bad thing. But yeah, to me, the more important part of the video was that he was a dishonest person who did not follow through on his dreams. So anyway, But I'll take it. You know what? I'll take the criticism. Clearly my video wasn't for this person, but I really appreciate you showing up and making a comment, Mr. the Squeebliest. All right, this person also criticized me. Now I make game, not plural, on the internet. Or maybe this is a dog on Pirate Software. I'm not sure. Because technically Pirate Software has released a game. Although it's not nearly as big or exciting as Heartbound. But I interpreted this as I think maybe in the video I said that I make games on the internet. Or maybe he said that. I don't know. Either way, I just wanted to point out I have made more games. I just haven't released them. This is the first game I've released. It's Droppy Ball. But I have competed in a lot of game jams, and I'm actually pretty proud of a lot of those games that I've made, even if they were just small and didn't go anywhere. So anyway, I have been doing game dev for a while. But yeah, Droppy Ball is the first one that actually I decided to take it all the way. Ooh, close. Great video, man. You'd think you've been making this kind of content for years. I really appreciate it. I have not been making this kind of content for years. That was my first time. And I'm glad that so many people showed up. All right. Finally, a Pirate Software criticism video that doesn't feel like someone babbling for the sake of crying over some dude on the internet. I didn't realize it was that bad with the Stop Killing Games situation. Yeah, so I think that this is the kind of person who the video is for, right? Is for people who have been seeing the drama videos pop up over and over and over again in their feeds. And we're just like kind of sick of people crying over the smallest things, right? Like, oh, he was mean online. Oh, he's a terrible roommate. Like yeah, those are rough things and they affect people, but it doesn't have to be personal. Do I have any sort of background in video editing or production? I'm not going to say no, because I also took video editing classes in high school, and I had some friends that we would make stupid videos, just kind of like the old, like golden age of YouTube stuff, right? Like people in their backyard making funny videos with funny sound effects and stuff. I did that kind of stuff in the past, but no, nothing professional or serious. So yeah, definitely my first foray into the scene. But yeah, thanks Toto Shampoin. Toto's. No, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, but thank you. All right. Okay, we're gonna read this one. Huge WoW player here, and past Pirate Software fan. His WoW fault in the dungeon is minimal. Yeah, he did a small oopsie, but you had to be a great player. Yeah, I'm responding to all the comments. What's up, Most Dog? But you had to be a great player to do anything else. He was just a mid player, but his reaction, an absolute crap, as he refused to say, could have done better. Sorry, guys. That's where I stopped watching him. Still, some people just jumped in the bandwagon. And yeah, like, I mean, that's kind of my take, right? Is like, I think the main issue was just how he treated the situation. Like, the situation was messed up to begin with, right? Like, they were not going to make it out of there without some troubles. But I don't know, he like talked such a big game before this that like when the clips surfaced, it was like, yeah, he just looks like someone who talks a big game, and then he would just like not apologize for anything. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it was like how he reacted was the real drama, right? All right, anyway, Stop Killing Games was the nail in the coffin. His whole take was stupid, and the reset Splitgate 1 end of life proved him wrong, as a small patch now allow player to play forever despite the live service stopping. It's crap, and he deserves some for the hate. Or deserves some of the hate. I'm assuming. But people drag him for his games or past antics is dumb. That's pure unconstructive hate. I'm disappointed in him. Stop watching him forever. But that's always the case with streamers. Eventually, they all suck. Yeah, so this is one of those people that just absolutely hates Pirate Software. I think it's funny. I really appreciate the comment, Sorrow Grave. I agree. I think Stop Killing Games was the nail in the coffin. That's when people started to realize that maybe he doesn't really know as much as he lets on. And then they looked into his background, right? And I thought that was so funny. When that video came out talking about his LinkedIn, I thought it was hilarious because I hadn't even considered, like, it was right there the whole time, right? I could have just looked up Pirate Software or Jason Hall on LinkedIn and found out that he doesn't actually have any programming experience. But anyway, I thought it was funny. All right. What I always hate about people saying the call was made to run. Who the heck uses run in a game to mean leave? When bossing every game I have ever played, you are in the heat of the moment and you use quick words to convey meaning. Run is not leave. GTFO is leave. Run has always meant tactical retreat. I wasn't one of the people hating on him in the WoW stuff. Yeah, I found it scummy, but how he handled it rubbed me the wrong way. Real talk, how many people who do bossing in MMORPG games use run to mean leave? I don't know. I mean, like, again, I don't really play a lot of MMOs. Did you guys know he worked at Blizzard? Yes. I mean, I feel like he should have mentioned it if he did, right? Everyone I have played with universally has used run to mean create distance from the boss and regroup. The evidence that the rest of the team knew that is the fact that they didn't just run, they created distance while maintaining attack, aka a tactical retreat. Meanwhile, Pirate dipped out fast and then lied about his mana, and while running, he was casting BS to drain his mana. Yeah, this isn't the worst thing he's done, but it definitely showed his ego is out of check and gave a dark look into who he really is, which would only come to light as things progressed. Yeah, I think that that's probably the best way I've heard it said. And yeah, I mean, kind of just a crappy situation altogether for everyone involved, but also, I mean, and I'm sure that people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but like, it's a game. Part of the game is that it's hardcore, right? Like you don't join hardcore thinking you're not going to die. You join hardcore fearing that you might die, and that's the fun of the game. All right, who's ready for the dopamine? Oh yeah. All right. As a dev, I always felt off with him. At least after he did the video on macOS where he said you need to pay. Okay, yeah, this is an interesting one. Yeah, look at this. Also, his 3 reasons why you would make a game engine. For me, my reason isn't there. I am making my own engine purely because I want to use Lua scripting. I want to support many platforms outside of PC, e.g. Nintendo 64, and no other engine can do that, minus maybe Godot using Fusion Engine. Plus, I want native Toki Pona support, which I learned on stream the other day, it's basically a theoretical language. So that's kind of fun. Like it's not actually like a native spoken language by any people, but a bunch of people have learned it, and it's kind of like an intellectual language. Kind of interesting. But yeah, I agree. I didn't fully like his breakdown of the game engine thing because so again, it goes back to his platform, right? His platform was he makes game development more approachable, and people, and I'm going to say this right now, people like me feel like you're not a real game developer if you don't know how to make a game from scratch. Maybe like, and he calls it out as an ego thing, which immediately makes someone like me think, oh, I wouldn't want to make a game engine because I don't have a big ego. right? Like he's calling me out. And yeah, there's also other reasons, right? Like console supports and such like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other reasons, and I I'm a big fan of Casey Muratori and Jonathan Blow, and if you listen to any of their podcasts or any of their courses, you kind of get the sense that making thanks for the dopamine break, dude. Um, yeah, the you get the sense that making game engines is still a noble pursuit, and that's what I think. So I agree. Like he was trying to make game development more approachable by saying you can use a game engine and not feel like crap, right? But also at the same time, I think he did a disservice to those who do make game engines and are elite game developers. Yeah, clearly he just doesn't understand that aspect of game development, which, makes sense. Let's go. The Void Ball. This is like one of my best games. This is awesome. All right. Let's see what you say. I mean, you can't print a chair and then say you're a carpenter. Sometimes things need to be learned from scratch. Yeah, and for me, it's just like, I want to learn how things work. That's kind of what got me into all of this to begin with, right? I went down the route of computer science. I wanted to know how computers work. When I became a web developer, I wanted to know how the web worked. So now I know how the internet works, stuff like that, right? When I learned app development, I learned how Android phones work, things like that. So yeah, I like game development with an engine. You don't really understand how the engine works. You just know that it works. And that has bugged me for a bit. So anyway, just wanted to point that out. But man, I'm running out of time. I gotta get a move on. All right, this is the big comment. This was like my favorite one that I received. And don't worry, I have copied it in larger text so that we can read it. All right. All right, one sec. Gotta clear my throat and get a drink. All right. This person has issue with Stop Killing Games. And I wanted to talk about it because I think they have good takes, but also I disagree to some degree, right? All right. I take issue with Stop Killing Games, if not only for the fact that it is entirely dependent on what it means for a game to be reasonably functional and playable. And the people who back this movement seem to not even be remotely in agreement on what that means, or the realities of software development that might make this unreasonably burdensome for game studios. I agree with this statement. I do. But I still like the idea of Stop Killing Games. I just want to put that caveat real quick. They're calling out Minecraft because I called out Minecraft in the video. I understand people like games like Minecraft, Knockout City, and Terraria because you can privately host servers, but not every game is like that. We engineer software with use cases in mind. User portability and scalability are very much competing use cases, and Minecraft was designed to be user portable. Comparing that to a game made to scale is like saying, why doesn't my aircraft carrier go as fast as my speedboat? Must be a design flaw. And I took a little issue with this. And you know what? I can just include the clip from when we talked about it on stream the other day because I said it a lot better back then. I can't really think of it right now. But yeah, basically, like, I kind of agree and disagree, right? Like, I think that Minecraft was designed with servers in mind. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we had like such a good conversation about this. I'll probably just like clip it in to the video because luckily I was recording that too. But yeah, I mean, Minecraft was created with servers in mind, but it was not created with scalability in mind. That being said, because of the way it's designed, Minecraft has a server because that's how it works, right? Even if you play local single player, you're still running a server that the client is communicating with. It's just local, right? So that's how the game works. But at the same time, it's not very good because it was designed with very few blocks, very few entities in mind. And so when the chunks start loading, it starts getting pretty bad. And so their next example is that Minecraft is awesome, but ever wonder why Minecraft servers had really bad performance issues even at their peak, like Hypixel? I think this is a terrible example by this person because actually Hypixel has it's like the perfect example of what like Stop Killing Games could be, right? Is that games release a server for their game, but it doesn't perform very well. And so a team like Hypixel can mod it and optimize it to such a degree that now Hypixel can have 200,000 people playing on their server at the same time. So I think this is actually a bad example from this person who's saying that Minecraft is not a good example when it's like the perfect example. And that's why I brought it up. It's not a skill issue, I'll tell you that. It's because Minecraft wasn't built for scale. That's true. So why did it work at scale? Anyway, so to make it scale, they have to essentially create a proxy network of dozens of mini servers to divide up the load. And even then, you have serious issues of transferring chunk data between servers and letting people move between. There are real bottlenecks with the design, and to try and make something like WoW or COD like that, you would be shedding so many mechanics and code, you might as well just make a different game at that point. And that is what the consumer could do, right? That's what Hypixel did. They made a different game. That's why I think Hypixel is the worst example for this. We use distributed software designs for large companies because they are able to handle anywhere from thousands to tens of millions of people very fast with low amount of maintenance from the devs, but that comes at a cost. $10K a month AWS fees and engineers to service the infrastructure and geographically distributed data centers to reduce latency. Buzzword soup. Buzzword soup. And the cost that's relevant here, user portability. So I agree. And again, we talked about this the other day. I think that as long as they release this, it's up to the consumer. The consumer could do all this. You know what I mean? If they want to. It doesn't have to be on the company. They just have to release it. If they're like, yeah, we don't want to support this anymore, open source it, boom, done. Wash your hands. One thing I found out through talking with consumers is that apparently a lot of people think that League of Legends or Fortnite is just a single exe on a server somewhere, and when they download the client, they're connecting to that computer. They think that live service games are just a game and a live service. Remove one and you have the other, as if they are separable concepts. I'm stressing this because I need people to delete from their mind that the average player is going to be able to stand up a scalable live service game from a dinky 32 gigabyte Linux VM running on Oracle Cloud. Not to mention, a lot of these services are microservices, so to release the build without them, because they legally can't release them, as that would be actual IP abuse, would no longer have the game functional or playable to any remotely reasonable degree. Ross's argument is just don't use microservices, and with the law, you'll be forced to make these games with the use case in mind. That is not a real quote. That is incorrect. You're asking any given studio to engineer for all use cases with completely in-house code for almost everything. You'd be doubling, if not tripling, the cost of any live service project, pushing down already lengthy video game releases even further in the future. So, again, I don't agree with this. I think that if they have microservices, they should just release the microservices. Yeah, the dinky 32 gigabyte Linux VM line. Yeah, like, I mean, that's kind of what I run my my Minecraft servers on. I have a cheap little PC that I built that has 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I have Minecraft running out of my house. I have a bunch of people that play on it. I've made, dozens of servers for friends and family. And that's great. I'm not making a scalable live service game from that. But if you release the code, then the consumer can decide what to do, right? If they really do want to make it elastic, do a whole thing, they can, right? They can spin up the microservices. Like it's not like you don't have to account for every consumer when you're doing this. You just have to have an end of life strategy, which I agree with. All right. So the last comment I had even more issue with. So I really appreciate this comment. I know I'm kind of dogging on it right now, but I really appreciate it. It made me really think about these concepts instead of just, oh yeah, I want consumer rights. But yeah, here we go. It really comes down to this. Do you want more games you can play now, but might not necessarily own? Or do you want fewer games later that a few hundred people will be able to readily play once it dies? Yeah, I want fewer games later that last. That's what I want. That's what I said in my video. I've been able to play Minecraft for years and years and years. I have owned a cartridge of Pokemon Emerald since what, like 2004? Something like that. I've played it a million times. Yeah, that's not what SKG is about. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't think that that's a bad thing, right? I don't think that more like high quality games that you can play forever and ever coming out once every couple of years. Like I think that's a good thing, right? Maybe it costs more for a company, like maybe that's the issue here, right? Is that a company wants you to want the more games now that you don't own. But yeah, as a consumer, like I want a game that I can play for a long time. Um and I can always play it, right? I can come back to it years later and play it again. So anyway, to this person, the latter choice is bleak and pointless, considering the offline and single player game market is more than thriving. If there was an actual issue of almost every game being licensure based, then I would say there's a problem. But this isn't even remotely true. Yes, it is. Every game on Steam is literally a license. So, anyway. The only issue I can think of that might genuinely help is single player games that have online functionality, but this is really a non issue in the modern age if you just exercise even a small amount of responsibility as a consumer. Yep, disagree. But also, how many movies come out every year that are just pure slop, and how many movies come out every few years as immediate classics? Exactly right. Yep, I think this is a perfect parallel to the movie industry. All right, we're going to move on. I think you may be misunderstanding the Stop Killing Games movement. You keep saying it doesn't affect you because you don't play live service games, but it isn't really just about live service games. It applies to every game, like the ones that need an online connection to work or need online servers. There are lots of games that could be ran by users at no cost to companies that kill a given game. The last straw for Ross when he started the Stop Killing Games movement was when Ubisoft killed The Crew, a racing game that was almost entirely single player. To say it even had any multiplayer features is a stretch. I think you could see the other players on the map under certain circumstances, but you couldn't interact with them or even talk to them in any way. Yeah, I mean, maybe I misrepresented myself in the video, but I mean, I agree. I don't think that games should be able, or like studios should be able to do that. So I'm saying it doesn't really affect me because I don't really play those games. I never played The Crew. I guess it does affect me because I could see myself playing games like that in the future, maybe. But yeah, I think because here's the thing, right? Like every game on Steam is a license, right? And that kind of sucks. Like, I don't really like that. But you know what? Stop Killing Games isn't going to stop Steam from doing that. In fact, it kind of encourages them to do so, right? It wants studios to be transparent and say if it's a license that it's a license, which Steam has done. So that's not going away for me. If I'm still getting it wrong, I think that that's just kind of the nature of the movement. I don't think it's extremely clear what people want from it. And yeah, anyway, hopefully, I can't remember. I think this is the last Stop Killing Games comment. Okay, here we go. Every digital buy is a license. Movies, music, you name it. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Which I don't really like. I mean, I'm starting to like the physical copy system a little bit more because, yeah, it definitely is starting to feel less and less like I own anything, right? Like even a picture I take with my phone could maybe one day be gone, right? All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, but the truth is that you became a fan of a person who never really existed. Oh man, this is someone who really hates pirate software. You, along with a ton of other people, fell for a con man selling a fake personality with fake credentials. Yeah, that's kind of the point of the video. BSing his way through every interaction. I also saw his shorts first, but thankfully I had a good friend who is a real game developer. I sent a couple of the shorts to him to see what he thought, and he basically sent back, "That guy is an idiot with no clue what he's talking about. Ignore him." And that was that. Yeah, but I mean, not a lot of people know a game developer. I think my video, yeah, the point was like he says good things, but take it with a grain of salt, right? I'm glad that you took a positive message from him and were able to accomplish something with that. But that doesn't make anything he's done good, you know? I disagree. I think he did good. I think he did some good, but I don't think he stuck to it. I think that he got rotten over time. It's obvious throughout the video that you're still trying to defend him. I am. It's true. I am trying to defend him. I don't defend him anymore, right? Like, I haven't watched his stuff for a bit. But yeah, I was trying to defend him in the video. I think people are being really mean to him, even though if they were in the limelight like he is, they would mess up in similar ways. That's what I think. You can, and granting him far more grace than he deserves. Look up the interview with his ex-coworker. Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's scum. Yeah, I mean, he's a bad coworker, bad roommate. Like, there's a million of those, you know? Like, he's not the only one. Whatever. I'm not going to go soft on him. Proceeds to spend 28 minutes going soft on him. You're still pretty much a fan, bro. No, I'm just soft, you know? Like, I'm not really that mean. This was mean for me. This video was mean for me. Oh, and yeah, sure enough, my wife came to my defense. Hi, I'm Mojo's wife, and the funny thing is, this is mean for my husband. Nice vid. When is the next top 10 video? The truth is, I probably won't have another top 10 video. Okay, let's see. This is a pattern in esports gamers turned streamers as well. If you value the streaming more than the task you're streaming, things can and likely will get out of hand. Yeah. That is definitely an issue I have with Pirate Software is yeah, when he hit it big streaming, he stopped game dev. He was not doing that anymore. He was like, yeah, I'm making a ton of money streaming, so I do that now. Which that's like the opposite goal for me, right? My goal is like if I do kind of win big streaming for any reason, I would use that as a way to develop more games. Anyway, when is the next top 10 video though? Probably never. I don't want to be a slop tuber. I did it because it's an industry topic that I cared about and had some context of. And that's about it. So the rest of my videos are going to be about game development or game design or the game dev industry. If some of them end up being about a hot new drama, maybe it'll be a big video. I don't know. But what you're going to get with this channel is if you show up on stream, I'll talk to you and we'll learn game development together. That's about it. Oof, take your own advice. That was a great way to end the video. Yeah, that was definitely the meanest thing I did. I thought it was just like too perfect of a burn to pass up because it was something that I noticed from watching his streams. I was like, oh, he's kind of being a hypocrite about this. And sure enough, a lot of people liked that. Ooh. Okay, no, this is a good one. This is a good one. I'm out of time, but I'm just going to go over. All right. I'm an indie dev from Turkey. I used to like him too. I give no flying panda about the WoW incident. It is a game, especially a hardcore game. So they should not be surprised when they died. Hey, that's what I said earlier. Maybe I got it from him. Dying is still part of the fun of playing hardcore in any game. If you don't want it, don't play it. I hate when people cheat to avoid dying in hardcore. Why are you even playing hardcore? Real issue is Stop Killing Games. The second I watch his reaction to Stop Killing Games, I know I'm watching a narcissistic piece of waste. Dang. Roasting him. Amount of fallacies and ad hominem he used was crazy. Also, we literally want what we already had. We used to have games that either requires server to play or have features that requires a server to play shipped with server tools. It is not hard, not impossible, not even issue. Laws should prevent private servers from being market replacement when official servers are kicking and going well if company wants to stop them. Right to ownership is joke at this point and need to be fixed. You should not be able to sell a game where you only have a temporary license on it. You should not sell license to play a game unless... Yeah. These are bad practices that need to go away. If you want to make a game that requires server to play, you should be expected to also give server tools. Sure, you don't need to provide everything like non-gameplay related services. One way or another, eventually it needs to happen. Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think Stop Killing Games will actually get this. Like we've been talking a lot about server technology and like releasing a game with a server. I don't think that's what Stop Killing Games is able to achieve, but it's what I want. I like that. By the way, I'm currently trying to finish my first PC game called Hellrunner on Steam. That's on early access currently and looking at Pirate Software, except, a little bit more colorful language. I think even I'm faster than him. My game development take longer time than I expected, and I have valid reasons like Earthquake at least. I wonder what his excuse is. So I want to finish Hellrunner and make more games. I mean, if it was possible, companies would love to not pay salaries too. Yeah, they need to make money. It should not crush right to ownership. I don't even believe he doesn't understand. He understands and he knows what he's doing. He did not make a mistake. He is evil. Interesting. So yeah, this guy does not like Pirate Software. But shout out to this guy. I looked him up. Hellrunner is a game on Steam. It looks pretty cool. So shout out to Ender Elohim, also known as... it was like... Here, let's look it up real quick. Where's my Steam? Steam. Hellrunner. Here we go. Moonlight Studio. There we go. So shout out to this guy. Thanks for typing in the chat. I really appreciate it. Oh, right. I forgot to switch the view on YouTube. I'm sorry. But yeah, just go look it up. All right. This is my pinned comment. This is the end of the video. So this is the pinned comment I released. Yeah, it even has a demo. Yeah, it looks good. So it got to the point where I was reading the comments as they were coming in because I couldn't believe it. It was blowing up, right? This was a crazy moment for me when this video popped off. And I was like, I'm kind of getting into a weird headspace with this where I'm like waiting at the door for my next comment. And so basically I decided I'm going to do like one last statement and then not look at the comments again, which obviously didn't work because we're looking at the comments now. But this is what I said. I said, well, I think it's safe to say that the experiment worked. Just one day on YouTube and the video passed 15K views. It has now passed 115K views, by the way. crazy. I can't even believe it. Thanks for watching. And I've tripled my subscribers. I just hope that y'all are watching and subscribing because the content is good, because I don't plan on following new drama every time. So yeah, again, I really hope that people like me for me, not for the drama. We'll see. Time will tell. I have been loving the positive feedback, and thank you all for the congratulations on finishing my game. I am already making more games and will be asking for feedback on them and sharing my progress here and there. I have also been loving the negative feedback. I admittedly don't know enough about many of the topics I covered, most specifically WoW and SKG. So read some of the comments below because the passionate people in the comments know way more. And go watch the videos I've linked from the source. To clarify my take, I do want Stop Killing Games to succeed. I love games that I can own and play forever. I suggested that studios could use the Minecraft model for end-of-life support. I still like that option. I know it doesn't work for all games or even most games, but I really like that model. So I'm sorry because I definitely misspoke. Thank you all for caring about this movement and explaining things in the comments. This is a channel about learning about game dev and the game industry. I've got a long ways to go, but I hope y'all are down to learn with me. And these are the responses I got. Shout out to this guy again. I will subscribe if you keep trashing on Thor, on Jason. Slap tubing, drama tubing are only a problem if it's manufactured or the sole focus of a channel. Perfectly acceptable to do commentary on matters of public community interest. Thanks for the pass. I appreciate it. I appreciate hearing about the controversy from people like Coding Jesus and small game devs. These are people in Pirate's own space who have every right to talk about this issue and how it affects the community. I'm glad you tried this experiment. Now I can subscribe to your channel because the other videos were useful to me. I appreciate it. I wouldn't call this slap tubing. You aren't just regurgitating the drama and piling on. I mean, I kind of was, right? I regurgitated everything. I had a lot of clips in there. But yeah, I wasn't piling on for sure. I think your experience of having someone you viewed as a mentor drop the mask is impactful, and putting to words the way it impacted you is important for growth. Pirate Software's actions may end up destroying a lot of people's positive relationships with games, and it's great that you found a way to maintain that relationship in spite of finding someone you looked up to who was full of it. I really appreciate it. So that's it. That's the end of the comments that I curated. There were over 1,000 comments on this video. And again, I really appreciate everyone who watched it and commented. I intend to put just as much effort into all of my videos. But yeah, I don't intend on continuing down the drama route. So anyway, if you liked the video, consider subscribing, joining me on stream. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. What did you guys think? How did I do? Did I do okay? Thought it was fun? Yeah, hopefully I can do more stuff like this on stream. I'll try to curate some either comments or like maybe articles, stuff like that. Hey, I subscribed for the vibes and loved the last video. So yeah, good investment. First time watching the stream, by the way. Hey, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. All right, let's see if I can get this right. Oh. Your name almost sounds like a Ligma, huh? I'm glad this chapter is being closed and the game dev things get to be the focus. Yes. I'm realizing the Droppy Ball footage would be a perfect replacement for Subway Surfer, Minecraft parkour, and text-to-speech type vids. Yeah, true. That's exactly why I thought of it. In fact, the other day I was building this on stream, and I titled my stream "Deving Brain Rot" because yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is the brain rot that you can watch while I'm talking about the about the comments. All right, but let's see. Ligzonet. Yeah, it sounds like a Ligma name. I appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing and joining the stream. Yeah, Most Dog. So if y'all don't know, Most Dog's my brother. I was talking earlier. I don't know if you caught it, but um, one of the things I found kind of funny about the Pirate Software video leagues, but with French stuff at the end. Leagues on leagues on. Is it net? Leagues on net. Leagues on net. Okay. French is tough for me to pronounce. Not gonna lie. I tried pretty hard. I visited France a couple times, and I learned a few phrases, which the people net yes. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, the people there seem to appreciate that I tried to speak French, but I could tell they were cringing a little bit. That was rough. But anyway, Most Dog. I was talking earlier that I had siblings who got way into video editing and stuff, and I thought it was kind of funny that I'm the one who ended up with a big YouTube video. So anyway, I'm excited when you start releasing videos, because they're going to be a lot better than mine. All right, let's see. Don't worry, French is tough even for French people. Okay, got it. My wife speaks French, speaks some French, and she makes fun of my French pronunciation every time. It's really nice to see your family pop into chat. Very wholesome. Yeah, thanks for showing up. All right, let's see if I can save this run. Dang, I'm getting some bad RNG. Okay. Dang it. Yeah, I think it's cursed. I think the run is over. I'm not making it out of this one. That was unlucky. So I feel kind of bad asking people online like where they're from and stuff. So you don't have to share, but like Lixonet, what part of France are you from? I'm curious. And you don't have to answer. I've been to 2 parts of France, so I just wanted to see if maybe I would know. Oh, come on, come on. No. That was really unlucky. There we go. Oh, crap. This is southernish. Okay, yeah, yeah. I've been... Where did we go, Most Dog? What was it called? Marseille? In Grenoble. Okay. We went to Marseille. Let's look this up. I like to know more about other countries. I'm just googling it real quick. Okay, Grenoble is a little bit north of Marseille. Got it. I bet it's so beautiful there. That looks like out countryside, probably mountainous. I bet that's so pretty. The French countryside was so beautiful. That's one of the best skate parks. Oh, Night Owl, are you a skater? That's awesome. I wish I was a skater. I didn't have the talent for it. Yeah, Most Dog was so sick in Marseille. It was hilarious. I mean, I'm sure you didn't think it was hilarious, but it was so funny. We'd like look over to you on the bus and you just like have your head in your hands, just like sweating. So funny. Oh, in hindsight, it's pretty funny. Okay, I'm glad you think so. I mean, I felt so bad for you that day. But I'm glad that we made the decision to go back to the boat early because the the ladies they they decided to stay in the city and we're like sprinting back. We were on a cruise. So they were like sprinting back to the cruise ship, almost didn't make it back in time. It was hilarious. Funny day. All right. Man, I kind of wanted to see if this run would end, but I just keep going. So, I think that's just going to have to be it for me today. But again, as always, I appreciate everyone showing up, and I hope that it was fun for everyone. I'll talk to you guys another time. See ya.